have a feisty rainbow here. He was jumping all over the place. He grabbed a orange Trout Trix worm. You can see him out there. We're going to put this guy in the box. We've been on some small fish this morning, but this looks like a good one. Better one. Oh, he's a fatty. Bring him right to the net. Bring him to daddy. Woo! We got him.
Woohoo! He is feisty.
Yeah, he was. That's how I knew he was on there. He's like, hey, that fish is jumping. Hey, I think he's hooked on our line. What the heck is going on here?
Howdy folks, Kel Kellogg here. Trout Trix worms are back in stock. Whether it's a mess of pan-sized fryers or a broom-tailed trophy, trout have a tough time laying off Trout Trix worms. Don't play follow the leader, get out in front of the pack. Get on the cutting edge of worm trolling for trout with a set of Trout Trix worms. You can get your set over at fishhuntshoot.com. Thanks for all the support, guys, and I'm going to follow this up with an explanation of how you can rig your Trout Trix worms.
Okay, bait number one, hybrid trolling system, 3 colors of lead core, Abu 5500 line counter with my iconic yellow lead core rod. You've seen that before, okay? We bring that main line down to the trolling swivel, just like we always do. 10-pound test fluorocarbon leader material, probably got, I'm gonna guess 40 inches of leader material there. So I put the action disc on there, 2 bobber stops right there, and this bead is important. It adds a little bit of color to the bait, but it also prevents those bobber stops from pulling inside the worm. The worm's very soft. Sometimes when you're fighting the fish, they'll pull the bobber stops inside the worm. So that little bead right there prevents that. In terms of a hook, let me pull this one off here. We are just running a number 6 Eagle Claw bronze ring-eyed hook. Very simple rigging. Take the hook, take the worm, run that worm, you know, down the hook, just like that. Keep them as straight as possible, but it doesn't really matter. Keep the hook, you know, as close to the center of the worm as you can. Put the worm on there until that hook is probably, I'm gonna say, half to 2/3 of the distance down the worm. Work it on there, just like that. Pop out the tip of the hook. The worm's gonna look gobbed up like that. Just work the worm on the hook. Get it on there fairly straight, just like that. And then put it in the water next to the boat. Dial in the action by sliding the bobber stops up and down. I like a really frantic action. The trout come in, sometimes they grab the tail, sometimes they just inhale the bait. If they grab the tail, you can work it like you saw me do with the lead cord. Give them some slack, pull it forward, some slack, pull it forward. Those fish will follow that bait for, you know, 100 feet or more. And finally, they'll commit. And when you get that number 6, you know, ring eye hook embedded, they have a hard time getting off. I've lost fish on it, but you know, by and large, when you hook them, they tend to stay hooked on this rig. I had one tonight already that was jumped, you know, he jumped multiple times and no problem landing that fish. I'm gonna put this one back out in the water. We'll pop the downrigger and we'll take a little look at that Dodger rig that I'm running on that. Okay guys, the sun angle's a little different. I was getting close to the bank over there, so I had to turn the boat around. This rig here, I could easily be running this on lead core, but in this case, I'm running it off the downrigger using one of my purple and black 7'6" Kel Kellogg downrigger rods. I got a 5500 Abu LC on there. This one I've got spooled up with 10-pound test fluorocarbon line. So let me show you how this works. I'm running this at 21 feet, and same as a lead core. I come down, I go through a bead, troll and swivel right there. 4-inch watermelon colored fisheye Dodger. I really love the watermelon color. It could be gold, it could be silver, it could be rainbow, but I have a high level of confidence when I have the watermelon blade on, and hey, it's working in this color of water. Enough said about that. 4-inch blade. I'm about 3 Dodger links back, maybe just a little more, about 14 inches. That's a 4-inch blade, maybe 13, 14 inches. I come down, no bobber stops, no beads, no nothing. Same hook I'm using, same basic way of putting the worm on. Again, number 6 bronze Eagle Claw ring eye hook. Got that hook, you know, just buried in there as straight as possible. I put that corn scent on it, 1.8 miles an hour, and honestly, I'm having a hard time keeping the fish off of it this afternoon.